Conservative group Heritage Action is calling on House Speaker Mike Johnson to stop Joe Biden's demands for $106 billion in aid to Ukraine and Israel. The group sending a letter to the speaker saying, quote, any military funding for Ukraine should include a publicly available accounting of how the U.S. contribution has thus far been used in Ukraine and not cloaked in so-called emergency accounting gimmicks or combined with other funding provisions. Kevin Roberts is the president of Heritage Action and penned the letter to the speaker, and he joins us now. Kevin, thanks for being here with us in New York.
Thanks for having me, Pete.
For everything you do at Heritage. It's great to see you. So the speaker's in a tough spot because he wants some border money. He's been pretty adamant on trying to secure that border. Yet there's this Ukraine money, too. How does he thread that needle?
Well, first of all, the speaker has a job that none of us envy, and he is a great man and a great friend, and I think that he's navigating this gauntlet well. But to the heart of your question, the first and most important pressing issue for all Americans is the lawlessness on our border. And so Heritage Action stands with Speaker Johnson 100%. With a comment he made on your show last Sunday, which is that border security is a hill he's going to die on. We're going to be there on that hill with him, giving him the intellectual ammunition to fight that fight. The good news is we're winning on that collectively, finally, because the American people realize it's such an issue. But what needs to happen, to cut to the chase, Pete, is we need to pass H.R. 2 again, the border security bill. We need the Senate to actually buck up and pass the Israeli aid package. We need Democrats to join the Republicans on that. And to Ukraine, Heritage, of course, has been skeptical about spending $200 billion on aid to Ukraine that isn't focused purely on the military, that has no transparency, that has no strategic endgame, that also is not offset by other financial programs. If, in fact, we can meet those criteria, we think a standalone bill could be good. Speaker Johnson, we're cautiously optimistic, is going to thread that.
So you want these all to be standalone?
They do, because the American people deserve a standalone bill, up or down vote on each of these very important issues. When you put them all together in a $106 billion package, that's just typical swamp games.
Yeah,
the American people want both sides to have a real discussion, a real debate about what's in the best interest of the everyday American.
Because the Israeli aid would pass. A border bill would pass if the Senate ever actually brought it up. I mean, you look at Joe Biden's numbers, they're absolutely underwater against President Trump on the issue of the border. People know it's failed, but the Ukraine money might not. And that's ultimately, you guys are saying, hey, let's give every member of Congress a chance to vote on each.
The Ukraine money will fail if it doesn't hit those criteria I mentioned, transparency, a strategic endgame. It has a chance to pass if, in fact, the speaker is running point on this rather than the Senate, because I think the speaker has a really good common sense view there. But the key thing is the American people want the pressing matters in their lives to be dealt with first. The border, the economy, inflation, you saw it, you covered it in the poll earlier in the show. If we do that, not only is it good politics, it's really good policy.
Yeah, when I heard the speaker say that on our program, this is a hill I'm going to die on, I thought he's going to need allies on that hill. It sounds like Heritage Action will be there. Kevin Roberts, thanks for breaking it down.
Thanks for having me. Take care.
And Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
See you. You got it.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.